at the inn. I started CRIBS after working in Ritsona camp, an hour from Athens in 2016. I supported women with caesarean section wounds who were returning from hospital to dust, snakes, wild pigs, mosquitoes, and flies, and one hot shower between 700 people. They were sleeping on the hard ground or at best a basic camp bed, and to me, as a mother myself, a feminist, and a breastfeeding counsellor, this is not okay. Today, and for the past 5 years, CRIBS has provided housing, casework, and community for refugees in Athens who are pregnant or who have a tiny baby. Families stay with us until their baby is at least 12 months old. I'd like to ask you to think of the security we all ought to feel when we return home. Maybe after being out for the night in the winter, when you close and lock the front door. For 54 families, we have provided this security. That is 60,000 nights of individual comfort and safety. Now, imagine not having this, none of it. You're homeless in a city with a very hostile government, with no access to shelter or washing facilities, at risk from sexual violence, and have no idea where your next meal is going to come from, and you're pregnant. The women who come to us are desperate. They're exhausted and traumatized after their journeys, fleeing from war and conflict, and many of them have experienced horrors that we can't imagine. To make things worse, many of the women CRIBS supports are pregnant as a result of rape. Let me tell you about Christelle. Christelle messaged me. Je suis opaque. Je suis enceinte et je suis malade. Aide-moi. This was August and a sweltering 40 degrees. Sick, pregnant and homeless and only 18. She's already a survivor. We gave her a bed. It was the first bed she'd slept in for 2 years. A bed, comfort and safety. Daphne, a psychologist and our caseworker for French speakers, made appointments for scans and blood tests and a general checkup. She gave Christelle money from good people like yourselves to buy food, bus tickets to get to her appointments, and anything else she might immediately need. Christelle picked out clothes and essentials for herself and her unborn baby at CRIBS Free Shop. She had support, a home, medical care, and more than that, though, she had community. Christelle shared the flat in Kitseli in central Athens with an older first-time mum. At 31, Corinne was able to be a mum and a sister to her. After she birthed a healthy daughter, Christelle had breastfeeding support from Daphne and peer workers who know the culture of Cameroon. In time, Christelle attended classes online and in person, depending on the COVID rules. She learned hair braiding, and by the time she left us, she had a job at a hairdresser's with her daughter in daycare. We gave her a moving on grant to establish housing security. With just 15 months of our work, she has a job and her daughter has a future. CRIBS currently has the capacity to house 18 families. Our housing is humble but decent and secure. We have 2 caseworkers and a free shop manager. We value our workers and pay them as much as we can afford to. We limit their hours to a reasonable working week because we understand burnout. And we know that they will at times have to do emergency out of hours stuff because, as I'm sure you know, babies aren't very good with clocks. Why should you give to us? Why CRIBS? We are a lean organisation. We handle money carefully. 60,000 nights of safety and support isn't cheap. Rent, utilities and repairs, they don't sound very exciting unless it's your front door, your chance to cook for your family, to do laundry, to study and to heal. With your help, we can continue to stand with women as they turn their lives around. This includes safe and healthy babies, decent births, community, the possibility of leaving abusive relationships, and a decent future for themselves and their children. In our free shop, which we do as what we call distribution with dignity, we don't just give stuff out. Parents come and choose for themselves and their kids. It looks a bit like a charity shop. Thousands of people every year get sandals for summer or woolies for winter from us, and we're proud of our work, because little makes a person feel better in this difficult world than knowing that a child has shoes and is clothed because of our well-stocked free shop. Volunteers who are refugees get work experience too, which improves their confidence and their future employability. £3,000 is what it cost for Christelle and her daughter to have a future. £500 will pay for 3 months' rent for 3 single mums and their babies. That's 270 nights of having your own front door. £100 will pay for electricity for a month through the cold and damp Greek winters, or for a fridge and a fan and a shower in the summer, which is pretty hot in Athens. £10 is a family helped for 1 night. And this might be the night that mum goes into labour safely and not on the street. Thank you for choosing us to be here, and thank you for making it possible for us to continue our work. The need is huge, but for the women and children we help, our effect is life-changing, and you can change the lives of Christelle and women just like her. Thank you.
Sally, thank you again. You would hear very loud applause and feel the support and warmth of a room full of people who are deeply moved by what you've just shared with